Pokemon Phax.
Kangaskans are an all-female Pokemon species that are characterized by their doting nature. These creatures are never without their offsprings, as they're seen with their children at all times. From grocery stores to secret fight clubs, their babies always ride shotgun in their comfy pouches. They get a front row seat to all the gleeful violence their mothers inflict upon the Pokemon world. Yes, even when Kangaskans get into battles, they never leave their children with babysitters, nor did they drop them off at some stupid daycare. In fact, the kids often climb down from the safety of their pouches to get their hands dirty themselves. You could say the battlefield itself is their version of daycare, and their enemies are the babysitters. Only through combat do the mother and her child forge a bond stronger than steel, a bond that has been passed down for generations. But with the economic downturn in the past century, the Kangaskhan birth rate too had been trending downwards. It's become so expensive to raise children that only the most privileged Kangaskans give birth to multiple offsprings. Most other Kangaskans have difficulty just paying their bills, much less feeding themselves regularly with their meager income. This has been rather difficult for the Kangaskans as their maternal instincts are incredibly strong. When their need to raise children aren't fulfilled, they often become depressed and aimless, as if their purpose in life had been stripped from their very souls. Oftentimes they lose their minds and admitted to mental institutes with no hopes of recovery. Some try to fill the void their lack of children had left in them by working on themselves and embracing the single life. A lot of them go back to school to earn their masters or take up yoga. Some of them take pottery classes and some shop for antique tea sets. While these activities provide a much-needed distraction, the pouches hanging off their stomachs remain as a constant reminder of their childless lives. So they started to customize their pouches to look like designer bags. They used them to store their wallets, makeup kits, cell phones, and other frivolous things that single Pokemon carried around on a daily basis. Utilizing their pouches to hold things other than children was able to divert their attention for a while. But once the trend had come to pass, their maternal instincts came surging back to the forefront. Even so, the cost of living soared higher and higher as the years went by. Raising children became even more of a pipe dream and downright fiscally irresponsible. So they came up with a new idea, one that was both realistic and economically sound. Something that didn't exist as mere distractions, but one that actually catered to their needs. The Kangaskans manufacture new revolutionary dolls that resemble their children and place them inside their empty pouches. They carefully crafted them to mimic the cries of their infants and added a function where they'd artificially wet themselves. They also came with an option to add more weighted beads inside the dolls to simulate their growth over time. This new product became an instant hit, and Kangaskans naturally brought them into battles with them, as they would have done with their real children. And that's how the substitute doll was born. I'm your dad's childhood bully, and this has been another episode of Pokemon Phax. Please like, comment, and subscribe for more factual Pokemon facts. Have a wonderful Pokemon day.